Hello students. In a previous class, we were discussing about application of Garnishi order to various types of accounts. In that we had seen joint account and partnership account. So today we will see another account, that is trust account. If particular customer has an account in the name of trust, in such cases Garnishi order cannot be applied for the payment of personal loan. Okay. So as all of us know that who is the customer of a bank? Any person who is having a account with the bank, he will be called as the customer of a bank. Okay, so here a customer might be a individual, it might be a partnership firm, joint stock company, or any trust also. Okay, so now in case of your trust, if a particular customer has an account in the name of trust, okay, he is a member of the trust, and in such cases Garnishi order cannot be applied for the payment of his personal loan. If he is having any personal loan, the funds cannot, or the Garnishi order cannot be issued on the trust account. Okay, because it is his private loan, that's why the Garnishi order will be issued on his private personal account only. Okay, not on trust account. So next we will see the amounts not covered by Garnishi order. Okay, so the first one is the identity of judgment debtor is doubtful. So while issuing the Garnishi order, okay, the Garnishi order must clearly state the particulars of judgment debtor. If the name and address of the debtor are not clear, it would not be possible for the banker to apply Garnishi order. Okay, so whosoever name the Garnishi order the court is issuing, the name of the judgment debtor, okay, the name of the judgment debtor should be clear. Okay, his account number, his account details, his address, all the details of the judgment debtor must be clearly stated in the Garnishi order. Okay, because there might be chances that by the same name there might be n number of customers. Okay, so it will be very hard for the banker to recognize who is the judgment debtor. That's why the name, the address of the judgment debtor should be clearly stated. Next one, uncleared instruments or under collection. When checks, drafts, etc. deposited by customer with the bank for collection but not yet collected on the date of Garnishi order, on such instruments Garnishi order cannot be applied. Okay, so this one is very simple. Suppose you are a customer of a bank. Okay, say again same bank, State Bank of India. You are the customer of State Bank of India. You have a account in that bank. Okay, you have the SB account in that bank, and what happens, maybe you have taken loan from somebody, say from person A, you have taken loan from A. Okay, now you did not repay the loan back to A, so what will A do? He will go to the court and he will issue a Garnishi order. So as soon as the Garnishi order is received by SBI, what they have to do, they have to freeze your account. Okay, they will, what they will do, they will freeze your account or suspend the account. Okay, now in case, suppose today you went to the bank. Okay, today you went at 11 o'clock and you deposited a check with the banker. Okay, and the check did not get deposited in your bank. Okay, that is in your account, so maybe it will be deposited tomorrow. So now what happens, whatever the check is there, say the check was of rupees 5,000. Okay, so this whatever 5,000 is there, it won't be covered under your Garnishi order. Okay, suppose while at this time, okay, at 11 o'clock your SB account had 10,000 rupees. Okay, and Garnishi order came at 11 o'clock to the banker, that is order Nisi came to the banker at 11 o'clock. So your account will be freezed at the amount of 10,000 only. Okay, whatever this 5,000 is there, it won't be counted under your Garnishi order. Is that clear? Okay, so your account will be freezed at the amount of 10,000 and not this check, whatever the check you have sent for collection, this amount won't be recovered, or this amount won't be deposited, cannot be deposited into your account, because once when the order Nisi is received by the banker will freeze your account. Okay, so that is the meaning of uncleared instruments. Okay, so whatever, if the instruments are there, your checks, draft and all, if they are not collected, okay, by the banker, at that time it won't be applied for your Garnishi order. Next, subsequent deposits. Okay, if the deposits received after receiving the Garnishi order, on such deposits Garnishi order is not applicable. Okay, now again let's take a example over here. Suppose You are a customer, again same SBI bank, you are a customer of State Bank of India, and you have a SB account over there. Okay, so today at 11 o'clock your banker received garnishi order. Okay, so as soon as garnishi order, that is order nisi. Okay, so whenever order nisi is received, what the banker has to do, he has to freeze customer's account. So once now at 11 o'clock order nisi is issued to the banker, so what will banker do, he will freeze your account. Okay, he will freeze your SB account. Now you will go at 11:30. Okay, now you'll go at 11:30, say with to deposit cash rupees 10,000. Now you cannot deposit this 10,000 into your SB account because your account is freezed. Okay, that is what subsequent deposit. So once when the garnishi order is received by the banker, and once when your account is freezed, your garnishi order is not applicable on the further deposits. Okay, because once when the account is freezed, how can you deposit the sum, you cannot deposit it. Okay, so now a question might be raised to you in your mind. Okay, so what about this 10,000, what about the check that was not cleared? Okay, that we will study further, don't worry. Okay, so next, prior to garnishi order or previous payment. Okay, if the payments are made by the banker to customer before serving garnishi order, or on such payment garnishi order cannot be applied. Okay, again let's come back to the same example. Garnishi order was received at what time, at 11 o'clock. Okay, so now you went to bank at 10:30 and you gave the instruction to the bank to pay some amount. Okay, you told the banker to pay certain amount. Say you told him to pay electricity bill. So now before 11 a.m. only the banker paid your bill. Okay, at that time whatever the amount was deducted for your bill, say 1500 rupees was deducted for your bill. Okay, this amount won't be covered under garnishi order, because once it is gone, once when the money is gone from your account, it is gone. Okay, that's why for the prior payment, whatever the previous payments are made before receiving the garnishi order, on that garnishi order cannot be applied. Okay, so once when garnishi order is received, okay, at that moment what balance is there in your account, only on that balance garnishi order will be applicable. That is, on that balance only the banker is going to freeze the account. Okay, next one, when the customer's account shows debit balance or the customer's account is overdrawn. Okay, so whenever the customer's account shows debit balance or it is overdrawn, on such accounts garnishi order cannot be applied. Okay, now for example, your garnishi order you have received for 10,000. Okay, 10,000 garnishi order, that is you have to pay 10,000 to judgment debtor. Okay, your account is having only rupees 5,000, so it means what, your account is not having any credit balance over here. Okay, your account is having debit balance. Why? The garnishi order was received for rupees 5,000, but here your account is having, your SB account or any account is having only rupees 5,000. Okay, now this 5,000, is it sufficient to pay to the judgment creditor? It is not sufficient. Okay, 5,000 is not sufficient. What was the amount? Amount was 10,000. Okay, in such cases your garnishi order is not applicable, because the banker will give the reason stating that insufficient funds. Okay, that is, customer account is showing debit balance, there is no balance, sufficient balance to pay to the judgment creditor. Okay, so that's why in such cases your garnishi order is not applicable. Okay, next one, garnishi order cannot be applied on securities deposited in bank for safe custody by the customer. Okay, now again let's take your example only. Suppose again you are having the account in same SBI. Okay, so judgment debtor, in your SB account you have 5,000 rupees. Okay, and you have to pay 10,000 rupees to the judgment creditor. Okay, that is, court has issued garnishi order to the banker. So what will the banker, what must the banker do? He has to freeze your account. Okay, so what he will do, now your account is having 5,000 balance, so is it sufficient to pay to the judgment creditor? Is this amount sufficient? No. Okay, actually you have to pay 10,000, but your account is having only how much rupees? Only rupees 5,000, so it is not sufficient to pay to the judgment creditor. Okay, Now in same SBI you have safe locker facility and you have kept gold over there. Okay, say gold worth rupees 1 lakh. Okay, now here as a banker you cannot go and apply this garnishi order on the safe locker facility. Whatever is in safe custody by the banker, it might be your FD receipt or it might be your LIC bond. Okay, anything which anything, okay, it might be gold, it might be any kind of document. If it is in safe custody with the banker, okay, at that time you cannot go and apply garnishi order on safe locker facilities. Whatever safe custody items are there with the banker cannot apply it on that. Okay, so whatever, if the account is there, okay, it might be any account, on such accounts the banker can apply garnishi order, but not on the safe locker or safe custody which is kept by the customer. Okay, next, garnishi order cannot be applied on any amount held in foreign country by the customer. Suppose if the customer is in foreign country and he has his account in foreign country, or maybe he has deposits in foreign country, at that time garnishi order is not applicable to such amount. Okay, why? Because garnishi order is only applicable to Indian people, that is on Indian law. So that's why amount which is held by the customer in foreign country, it is for on such accounts or on such amount garnishi order is not applicable. Now let's see what are the banker's duty on receipt of garnishi order. Okay, so once when the banker receives garnishi order, what are his duties, what he has to do. Okay, so we'll see the first one. After the receipt of order nisi, banker should suspend the operation of particular customer's account. Okay, so as we know, which are the parts of your garnishi order? Order nisi, first what? Order nisi, and next one is what? Order absolute. Order absolute. Okay, kindly adjust with my handwriting. So order nisi. So whenever we have already studied, once when the banker receives order nisi, what he has to do? He has to freeze particular customer's account. He has to freeze the account of a particular customer. Okay, so now once order nisi is received by the banker, he should suspend the operation of particular customer's account. Okay, now suppose now again at 11 o'clock the order is received, order nisi is received by the banker. Immediately he has to freeze the customer's account. He has to check whether there is sufficient fund. If there is sufficient fund, what he is going to do? He is going to freeze the account. Then when garnishi order is received, it is the duty of the it is the duty of the banker to inform the customer. Okay, so once when garnishi order is received, now suppose again you are the customer of which bank? For in this class you are the customer of State Bank of India. Okay, so now what happens? At 11 o'clock the banker has received what? Garnishi order on your account. So it is his duty to inform you that your account is going to be freezed or suspended from now on. Okay, next one. After the receipt of order nisi, banker should advise the customer to open new account for further operations. Okay, as soon as the banker receives garnishi order, he has to inform the customer that your account is going to be freezed, and so if you want to go for further operations, okay, if you want to go for further operation, what you have to do? You have to open new account. Okay, again the example of check. Okay, suppose you have given the banker for a check for collection. Okay, still now the amount is not deposited with the banker. So now what you have to do? You have to open a new account with the banker, and your checks and whatever the drafts will be there, whatever the transactions, deposits, everything you have to do with the new account. Okay, because you don't know when the banker will receive order absolute, when the court is going to issue order absolute. So if you can't wait till that, what you are going to do? You have to open a new account. So the banker will suggest you to open new account. Okay, so next one, banker should raise objections if any before the court on appointed date and time. So in order nisi, a particular date and time will be given. Generally a format will be given to the banker under which he has to raise any objections. If there are any objections, the banker should raise, maybe insufficient funds, or this particular judgment debtor does not belong to our bank, or he is not the customer of our bank. So he has to raise any objections if there are. Okay, next one, banker should not pay the amount of account attached to judgment creditor until the final order is received from the court. Okay, so which is the final order received? It is order absolute. Okay, so until order absolute is not received from the court, the banker should not surrender the amount to the judgment creditor. Okay, so as we know, again I am repeating it. Okay, so as we know, your garnishi order comes in two parts. One is order nisi. So if there are sufficient funds in banker's account after freezing the account of judgment debtor, what the banker has to do? He has to wait until he receives order absolute. Okay, before that he should not give the money to judgment creditor. Only once when he has received final order of the court saying you have to make the payment to judgment creditor, at that time you have to make the payment. Next, when the final order is received, banker should pay the funds available in customer's account to creditor as per court direction. So once when order absolute is received, the banker should pay the funds. Okay, available in whose account? Available in customer's account. Who is customer over here? He is called as judgment debtor. Okay, to the creditor as per the directions given by the court. Okay, so I hope you are getting these points. If you are not understanding anything, you can ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.